Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are the LFR family, man. Hit the like button, gang.
We got them hats. Got 'em. We got them hats. Yes. We got them hats. Yeah, we got them hats. You name it, we got it. You cop it, we ship it, we drop it right to your door. Ship. Drop it right to your door.
I'm looking for a hat. Drive around town and I need a cat. Where do I go? Where do I go? I got hats for sales.com.
You see what you like. You buy it, we ship it, it's coming your way. It's coming. Ship it, it's coming your way. We got them hats. Got 'em. We got them hats. Got 'em. We got them hats. Yes. We got them hats. Yeah, we got them hats. You name it, we got it. You cop it, we ship it, we drop it right to your door. Ship it.
As y'all can see, I'm looking at hatsforsale.com, showing off all the LFR family merch. Make sure y'all go and cop some. The link below, hit that joint, put in LFR 10 so that you can receive 10% off when you check out. And make sure you get you or somebody a toboggan, a Scully, you know what I mean? Something that you can stuff in the stocking for Christmas, you know? Look out for somebody. The world's greatest father. One of my favorite sweaters, and whenever I wear that anywhere, I got a red one. I get so many compliments, man. It's a conversation starter. Out work yesterday, you know, encourage yourself to continue to go hard, you know, continue to do more. Not comparing yourself to anybody else, but just yourself. What did you do yesterday, the day before that? Are you going to do more today? Are you going to become a better person? Are you going to go harder and go stronger? You know what I mean? Chase after whatever your goals are. So make sure y'all check it out and let me know how long it takes for the material to get to you. If it's good material, you know, what it smell like, what it feel like, send a picture to me with you in it, just so I can put you on the screen, all right? All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Van. We are all the LFR family. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, for that is the only price of admission for our live streams, to simply hit the like button. I really appreciate every single one of you taking a moment out of your day, out of your morning, to tune in to our channel and be a part of what we have going on. If you're not already following me on my podcast, my audio podcast, you can get there in the link below. It's called Getting Canceled with LFR Family. Whenever I post them on Spreaker.com, it goes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartMedia, and it also goes on to X automatically. So if you go to my X account, you'll see that I've been posting them joints, and they're getting a lot of views. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're translating, but it's new, so I ain't really jocking the numbers too much right now. Yeah, I'm just looking at it for what it is, but I think it's a great opportunity for what we're trying to do over here. Just spreading love, talking about politics and culture, and trying to figure out what we're going to do next as a country, man. Shout out to all you guys. Nanny's Take on the World was the very first one in the building today. And this was her very first message. As soon as she pulled up, she was the only one here. And this is what she said. She said, make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit that like button, y'all. That's what she said. That's her very first message. Her very second message was just letting you guys know that if you are a content creator, business owner, artist, or coach, it will serve you well to grab our course inside of the descriptions. The course is in the very first link. It's for people who want to learn how to do this YouTube thing, Instagram, TikTok. You want to know how to set it up for as little money as possible, with no cameras, no lights. You don't know a whole bunch about technology. Well, we got you. We'll make sure we keep you abreast on everything that you need to know in order to get in the game and do some great things on social media. So that's where we are right now. So good morning to everybody. Shout out to Nanny. Shout out to all my blues. What's going on, Jared? Shout out to Jared Dupree. Hopefully you got a couple of deer when you was inside of that deer stand. He was in there. He was hunting a couple of days ago, and he was locked in. He was ready to get it on. Shout out to Jared, man. Who else pulled up this morning? That's one of my blues or greens. Everybody's sleeping right now, and that's cool. I'm starting a little earlier than I usually start. What's going on, Queen B? Hey, Queen B. Shout out to Queen B. She says, good morning, LFR fam. Much love, man. Good morning to me and good morning to you guys. Yes, it's always a pleasure to see my people, man. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about today, man. We're going to talk about Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, one of the richest women in the world, who had, clearly she had some insider information. She knew what she was doing. She was getting a lot of people rich. A lot of people rich. We're going to talk about MTG, Marguerite Taylor Greene, man. We're going to talk about Margaret Taylor Greene. I have no issue with people, holding up their own flag and just saying, you know what, forget it. It's going to be about how I truly feel, and I'm just going to put it out there on the line, and I'm just going to go on the world tour and tell my story. The thing is, she's coming off as a turncoat. She's coming off as a traitor. In my opinion, how you going to be lockstep with Trump and MAGA for the whole time that he's running for president? You're trying to be in the crew. You're trying to be in the gang. You want to have a seat in this office and all that other stuff. She don't get anything she wants. And now all of a sudden she's going on CNN, talking sugar honey iced tea about Trump's administration. She's going on The View, talking to sugar honey iced tea about the Trump administration. Whoever will listen to her, she want to talk trash about the Trump administration. I haven't seen her on Fox yet talking about the Trump administration the way she has been. That's because she is clearly making a pivot. She's reaching out to the ops and letting them know that, hey, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to do ball. I'm ready to play ball. I'm looking out for myself now. Forget that. Christmas is coming and I got gifts to buy people. What are y'all trying to pay a sister? Because I'm ready to tell you all the juicy details about what's going on behind the Trump curtains. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's turning on everybody. So at the end of the day, man, at first I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt because I actually like Margaret Taylor Greene. I actually like MTG. When she was going back and forth with Jasmine Crockett, with the tough words, just holding them to account, holding their feet to the fire. And that's when Jasmine Crockett called her bad built butch body. She broke it down. She started playing the dozens with her. And she was talking about, she said she's a beach blonde, bad built butch body. That's a butch lesbian. That's the male lesbian. That's the one who, I guess, feels like, okay, it's cool to look like this as long as, men look like this all the time. Men walk around looking like this all the time with their baggy clothes and they're not in shape and, they look sloppy. So that's what a lot of the butch women walk around looking like the bad built men, right? And so that's what Jasmine Crockett called Margaret Taylor Greene when she was cutting her up. She called her, you know what I mean? Margaret Taylor Greene is a daggone turncoat, bro. She's a turncoat. She has switched up. She's a traitor, and I ain't got no issue with her. No, do your thing, MTG. Do your thing. Hopefully some truth comes out from the information that she's putting out there. Hopefully some, she's positioned herself. She's trying to position herself as being a centrist. She is far from that. Margaret Taylor Greene is not a centrist at all. At all. Some will call her a rhino. I call her a traitor. Yeah. So I don't think we discussed this, but a few days ago, Dick Cheney passed away. R.I.P. to Dick Cheney, man. R.I.P. to Dick Cheney. Former Vice President Dick Cheney, man. R.I.P. to him. We didn't talk about that a lot. And I know that when I mentioned that, I actually mentioned that in one of my private group calls with some of my content creators. And the sentiment I got was, oh, well. That was the sentiment I got was when I was like, man, it's sad that Dick Cheney died. And the sentiment I pretty much got was, throw some prayers for his family. Oh well. And I'm never that way with anybody, man. I don't care what they've done. Like there's people that hate Charlie Kirk, man. So many people that hate Charlie Kirk because they feel like um, whenever you cross over to discussing people's religion, you need to understand that the possibility of a physical threat is imminent. It's more than possible. You know, it's considered to be next step because a lot of people take their religions very, very near and dear. It's near and dear to them, and they ready to fight over it. So be careful too when y'all are talking about Zoran Mamdani and where he stands with regard to him being a Muslim and other Muslims that's coming into the country. Be careful with that. I don't want y'all to come off as sounding like you hate a religion or anything like that. But I do also want people to not be blind. I want y'all to look into the history of these religions. I want y'all to look into the history and the mannerisms of these individuals who usually go from state to state or country to country, and they do the exact same thing. They do the exact same thing. The mannerisms are the same. The actions are the same. And the end result is usually the same. So, I mean, do you believe in science or don't you? Do you believe your own eyes sometimes or don't you? So at the end of the day, I would say, man, do your own due diligence. Have a bit of common sense with it. And stop believing the first thing you hear. And please, just because you disagree with Mamdani, don't automatically lean into the dark side, okay? But use your own, your own understanding based off of your perspective, your own living, your own, your own experiences with religious people and how you see the world, okay? Because that's going to be important, especially today, because a lot of people are putting their opinions out there. And although I ask people, I try to encourage people to become a voice piece, to speak your own piece. Start your podcast. Start doing social media content creations. Start your channel. Cut on your phones. Start recording so that you can give your perspective. I ask people to do that all the time. The danger with that is there's far more of us who are not. It's not about whether or not we're articulate. It's about whether or not we're well studied. A lot of us cut on our cameras and start giving our opinions without any real facts behind it. And because of that, this country is becoming more and more dangerous with people who are just going viral with lies. I went viral with a lie not too long ago, probably like a week ago. A week ago, I went viral with a lie. And and it kind of sullied my spirit a little bit. It kind of made me it wasn't really a lie, it was a troll. I was trying to troll. I wasn't intentionally trying to lie. What I said was people have an issue with what I literally said was because on my TikTok following and feed and Instagram feed, I see a bunch of people, especially black people, doing videos talking about how can Trump care about American citizens, but yet he's building a $250 million ballroom that is not going to feed anybody. It's not going to help anybody. Only thing it's going to do is, make him look good and all that other stuff. And that's when The View was talking about, that's not his White House. He don't have permission from the people to knock down walls and do this, that, and the third to try to make his White House look beautiful so he can bring dignitaries to the White House and show off his ballroom and blah, blah, blah. And then I did my own digging and I found out that not only was Trump willing to pay for it out of pocket, but he had the wherewithal to reach out to private businesses like these corporations, these billionaires, and ask them to contribute. And they said, yes, we will contribute. And you had huge businesses like Amazon, Apple, Caterpillar, Hewlett Packard, so many huge businesses that was like, well, we'll take care of it. We'll pay for it. How about that? We'll put in money for it because we see the benefit of it. When we come to parties and balls at the White House, you know what? Having a tent, a nice tent out back with windows and air conditioned and set up nice with the fake floors and all that other stuff with the wood panels and whatnot. Yeah, it's still nice. We still have a good time and everything, but a ballroom, that would be fly. That would be pretty fly, especially when you're bringing out presidents and dictators from all around the world, and you're just bringing them there to the White House, and it's just beautiful with the gold plates and gold. Like, I thought it would be a good thing, but when I found out that private industry was willing to pitch in and pay for it, that was a big deal to me. So here's the lie that I told that went viral. I said, let me just show y'all the video. That's what I'll do. I'll just show y'all the video, man, because I think people really started to tear into me. Pause, no Diddy, for saying what I said. And they had a huge issue with me for it. Where is it? Did I even download it? I don't think I downloaded it. So let me go ahead to my X account and play it there. Okay, here we go. Let me go to my X account. Guys, make sure that y'all hit the like button. Share this bad boy. That would be dope, so that many people can pull up and see that LFR family we're together. We're having great conversation. And let me see here. Go to my account. Go down. Let's see. Yeah, most of what I post on YouTube, I also post on. Shout out to Weezy doing her thing. Look at Weezy. Shout out to Weezy. When Weezy pull up, let her know that y'all see that she's creating content on social media now. Show her some love, man. Encourage her to keep going, because if you are a mother or a father, you got children, you've been married before, you have a story to tell, and you can help people out, man. You can help anybody that's thinking about, the nuclear family. They're thinking about starting a family themselves, and you can just cut your camera on and get busy. Okay, here's the video, guys. Here's the video. So this video has 2.8 million views on X. It got like it went viral on TikTok too, and a lot of people are pissed off at me because of it. All right, so I'm not showing this to brag. I'm showing this to let y'all know that a lot of people are pissed off at me for posting it. But here's the thing. Look at that, 98,000 likes. So not only are people upset with me, but conservatives, MAGA, Trump supporters loved what I said. And they shared it over and over and over again. And you actually have people like Trish, I forgot her real name, Trish Regan. I apologize for messing up her name. Trish Reagan, I don't know her name, but a beautiful young lady from Instagram. She reshared my post, and a lot of people were reaching out to me like, yo, she shared your post. Here's the lie. Let me go ahead and play it so you can hear it for yourselves. And here we go. Y'all niggas really mad at a ballroom that's going to cost $250 million that Trump is paying for himself, and y'all wasn't mad at a basketball court that cost $376 million, and we paid for that shit? I'm sorry, we paid for that sugar honey iced tea? Y'all really mad about that? Have y'all seen the donors list of the ballroom? Yeah, man. Companies that we rock with are paying for that. Apple, T-Mobile, HP, God dang it, it was so many. Comcast, Coinbase, Caterpillar, Amazon. It's wild, man. Stephen and Brody. And he's been talking about this since 2016. Y'all act like it's off the cuff.
And every time the top people come over from China, they're getting these big, beautiful, they put a tent on the White House. We don't have a ballroom at the White House. I offered, by the way, Jerry, years ago to build a ballroom at the White House, free of charge, $100 million ballroom. I said, we'll get the top 5 architects in America. We'll get the top people, top everything. We'll have the best ballroom, because I noticed they always put tents up on the lawn. Number one, it's not a good security thing. Number two, the guy that owns the tents is making a fortune, okay? This poor guy, I mean, he's making so much money. All he needs is one tent, and he charges them so much, he's making a fortune. All right. But I said, I will build a ballroom. I gave it to the Obama. I actually told David Axelrod, a good guy, very capable guy. I told David Axelrod, David, I will build a ballroom free of charge, at least $100 million. We'll make it the finest ballroom in the world. We'll put it someplace so it works contextually, magnificently. It'll be done. We'll have committees set up. I never heard back. It's, it's just one of just thousands of things. I mean, if someone's going to give me a free ball, I'm going to take it. We'll put it in an area that'll look great. But, we don't have a ballroom at the White House.
Do your research. Y'all wild as hell, bro. And so when I posted that, I said that Obama built a basketball court for $376 million. Common sense, guys. I know damn well a basketball court in someone's backyard did not cost $376 million. Now, as a whole, I get it. All of the construction that was going on to make sure that they took care of the White House, and this was a Bush initiative before Obama, and it got approved while Obama was the president, and they kept it going, and blah, 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 blah. But I also wanted to point out, too, all of this happened during a recession. All of this happened during a threat of a shutdown. All of this happened while the country was dealing with some bad sugar honey iced tea, but they still spent taxpayers' money to get it done. The only reason why I posted that was just to let them know that the ballroom is not coming from taxpayers' money. Also, that the people that's starving because they're not receiving SNAP benefits, EBT, all this other stuff, that's not Trump's issue. Trump was the man in the room to let people know that you cannot depend on SNAP benefits and EBT all your life. At some point, there's going to be a cutoff point. But when you're dealing with a socialist government who claim that they want to give, then they don't, and they have no plan of how to replenish the stock or how to make the money so that they can continue to give. I have no issue with people giving. I want to be a super millionaire so that I can give millions to as many people as possible. I want to give people opportunities, give people jobs. I want to provide turkeys and all these meals and whatnot too. But I'm smart enough to know that the money does not come from just the sky. It don't just fall into my hands so that I can then give it out. No, I got to put together a system that will bring money in, and then I got to allocate a certain amount of that to go back out to organizations, institutions, to people directly, try to put people on payroll and so many other things. So that was the whole reason behind my video. But what brought me down was knowing that I said something that was debunked like this. Like, I said he spent $376 million on a basketball court, and all the geniuses had to do was say, Grok, is this true? And Grok said, no, he did not spend $376 million on a basketball court. The basketball court costed $100,000 after all of the work that was done. Now, Michelle Obama, aka Michael, got the kitchen redone, and that was like $1.5 million after they got all of their stuff, all of their personal stuff done. But they paid out of pocket from that. And that wasn't even the conversation. The conversation was, we need to be more responsible with our government, and we need to understand how these dollars are being allocated, and whether or not they was doing touch-ups on the White House or not, that money still came from taxpayers. And the ballroom money is not coming from taxpayers. That was my point. And that bad boy went crazy, and just like, you get good press for saying something good, or, a mic drop moment, because that was a mic drop moment. It really wasn't, because I threw something in there that was fabricated, and yeah. So I'm not very proud of that moment right there, just to keep it a buck. But I understand what I meant. A lot of other people did not. I saw somebody say, shout out to this young person right here. If your parents didn't teach you how to protect your country, that is a lack of raising. you wasn't developed completely as a child. That is a lie. You can teach your children many things and not teach them, and they have to learn other things on themselves, on their own. I didn't learn anything about government from my family at all. At all. I don't think my family could have taught me anything about the government because they didn't know. My guardian raised me, and she only had a 5th grade education, and she raised her daughter, her son, myself, and my 2 brothers, and she helped raise a couple of my cousins as well, and she was all by herself on welfare with the 5th grade education, and sometimes got odd jobs to clean up hospitals in the middle of the night, like an orderly. And she didn't have money for transportation or any of that stuff. Sometimes the government will provide us with tokens to be able to get on the bus and go where we need to go. But at the end of the day, that's it. So I'm gonna let you know this. I don't consider myself that great of a content creator, podcaster. I don't even consider myself that great of a husband. And I've been married to my wife for 27 years. I do consider myself a phenomenal father because that was like a real intention of mine to make sure that as soon as they were born, that I protected them, that I made sure I taught them right from wrong, that I made sure that they knew the things that they can do for themselves and the things that they needed our help to do as well. And a lot of times they cried. My kids cried a lot, hoping that we will make it easier for them to get certain things done. But as a man, you can't baby, especially a boy. You can't baby boys and have them believing that I will do everything for you. I will feed you. I will pick you up every single time you fall and kiss your boo-boo and make you feel good about crying. No, wipe them tears away. Pain is going to be all through your life. You're going to fall down. You're going to get back up. You're going to fall down. You're going to get back up. That don't mean stop running. That don't mean stop trying. That don't mean stop moving. That means that pain comes with this thing called life, and you need to learn from it so that you not get any more pain. Crash the car, when you're driving the car, I taught every single one of my kids how to drive when it was time for that. I taught every single one of my kids how to ride bikes. I even taught some of their friends how to ride bikes because their parents was too busy. I'm not going to say lazy. They was just too busy. And if you're hanging around my children and I'm teaching them how to ride and you're not around, I got extra helmets. I got all this other stuff. I was doing what I had to do. And guess what? Nobody taught me how to be a father. Just like nobody taught you how to be a mother or father. Because being a parent is the most on-the-job, hands-on job that there is. Like, I don't care how many books you read, you will still have to learn your own lessons while raising your children. You will still have to protect them the way that you protect them, figure out meals the way that you figure out meals. My kids got tired of spaghetti. My kids got tired of hot dogs and beans. My kids got tired of me throwing burgers on the grill. My kids got tired of those things, but what they didn't understand was dad was doing what dad had to do, so that they can continue to have energy and not have to focus on eating, but they can focus on their education. And also, one other thing I taught my children was you don't have to worry about having a job while you're living with me and your mom. Only thing, your one and only job is your education. You get A's and B's, I'll pay you for it. No C's are accepted in this house. And guess what? Nobody taught me that. When I went to school, I got A's, B's, and C's because I was just a smart youngin', but I got C's and D's too because I felt like playing a lot in class. I wanted to throw stuff at people during the class. I wanted to talk to the girls. I wanted to feel on their butt and get in trouble once they told the teacher. You know, all those things. I wanted to fight. Like whenever I had disagreements with people, I didn't want to have no conversations. I wanted to punch them in the face. And that didn't come from anywhere. That was taught to me by my big brother, Donnie. So teach your kids as much as you possibly can, but if you don't teach them about politics, that don't make you a bad person. Okay? So I will say this. If you don't protect your children, then that makes you a bad parent. If you don't try to teach your children to do for themselves, that makes you a bad parent. If you tell your children to depend on the government because that's what the government is here for, to get whatever you want from them and not have to work for it, not have to earn it, that makes you a bad parent. If you telling your children that don't worry about it, sweetheart, you ain't gotta have that baby, you can go to the abortion clinic and you can just get rid of it, and you can continue on doing the same exact things you was doing that got you pregnant in the first place, and you can just go and terminate that baby and another one and another one and another one, that makes you a bad parent. But then again, it's like you gotta look at the environment, you gotta look at what's being like. So it's so much. That's a rabbit hole that I'm not even gonna go down today. Okay, so. I sometimes I go on my little y'all gotta pull me back like Van, get it back together, bro. Get it back together. We supposed to be talking about Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi just now retired. What Nancy Pelosi? This Nancy Pelosi.
To know what the Russians have on Donald Trump. I think we have to have that investigation by the FBI into his financial, personal, and political connections to Russia. What do the Russians have on Donald Trump? Politically, financially, and personally. What does Vladimir Putin have on President Trump? Personally, politically, financially, in any way. What does he have on Donald Trump? I think it's probably financial. Either something financially he has on or something on the come.
Nancy Pelosi, she's always been phenomenal at her job, man. She's always been a great leader to other Democrats that think like her. But I've never looked at her as a great person. I don't know enough about her. All I see is snake's oil whenever I see Nancy Pelosi. She seems like she's sweet. She was once very beautiful. Most of us was. I mean, I'm just saying, she's an old lady now. And by a bunch of people metrics, she still is very beautiful. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to poop on her. What I will say is that she was going down this rabbit hole of trying to start conspiracy theories that she had absolutely no facts behind, and she was trying to remove Trump from even having the possibility of running for office. And then when he was the president, she spent all of her time trying to poop on him and say he's doing this wrong with Russia, he's doing that wrong, he's responsible for this, he's a molester, he's a fascist, he's a this, he's a that. And none of what she was saying was founded by truth or facts. But yet a lot of people are praising her for who she is. I mean, for who she was. Not only are people on the left praising her, but people on the right are praising her too. Something like this, the turncoat, Margaret Taylor Greene. Check this out.
Well, praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I served under her speakership in my first term of Congress, and I'm very impressed at her ability to get things done. I wish we could get things done for our party like Nancy Pelosi was able to deliver for her party. So I wish her well in her retirement, but I would like to see people exit Washington a lot sooner rather than wait until their 80s.
Yeah, we are.
Margaret Taylor Greene is a turncoat. She's a turncoat, bro. She said, I want to praise Nancy Pelosi. I want to praise Nancy Pelosi is what she said. Margaret Taylor Greene actually said this, man. I mean, I just want to, this is MTG. Like, I used to look at her as one of the goats of MAGA party. I used to look at her as one of the soldiers, as, you know, somebody that would just tell it how it was, somebody that would stick it to the man, somebody who didn't give a damn about being popular, that just wanted to make sure that she put it all out there on the line and said what needed to be said. But she says she wants to praise Nancy Pelosi for getting things done for her party. And she wished that the right had that same leadership. I don't know, MTG. This right here seems like you are really trying to getting the good graces of the wrong damn people. What has Trump done to hurt her? Like, I don't get it. What has Trump done to hurt her? Because not too long ago, if I recall correctly, Margaret Taylor Greene was just now speaking to the committee, letting them know that Nancy Pelosi was the one responsible for J6. Nancy Pelosi was responsible for the National Guard not being there in the first place. You know, the same National Guard that Trump requested be there days before Jan 6 happened, that same National Guard. So how are you saying to people that she was such a great leader when that was the same lady who was the reason behind what happened on J6? I don't get that. Please correct me, guys. Listen, I am a novice when it comes to politics. I tell y'all this all the time. I'm not saying this to be like coy or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that MTG was once on the front lines letting people know that Nancy Pelosi was responsible for Jan 6. Just in case you don't remember, let me go ahead and remind you with this right here. Guys, don't forget, hit the like button. That's very appreciated. And share this bad boy if you want as well. Here we go.
Let's pause here and all recognize, and I think this is so important to recognize, that we do want to have the safety and security of the Capitol. That is an absolute truth, and it's something that we have to uphold. That should have been done by the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, before January 6th. President Trump had signed off going ahead and giving permission for the National Guard to be present on January 6th due to intel threats that had come in before this day, even back into December. It's also known that Nancy Pelosi was briefed back in December about threats that were going to come in. The Speaker of the House is responsible for the security of the Capitol. That is the Speaker of the House's job. She should have had the National Guard present at the Capitol, and President Trump wanted the National Guard present at the Capitol for the safety and the security for every single person there. Lawmakers, people that work at the Capitol, as well as protesters. That would have been the most important thing to happen.
I'm sorry. So Nancy Pelosi was responsible for the event that got Trump impeached, right? BBC created a false narrative of what Trump said when he said, I want y'all to march down to the Capitol and fight like hell, when he didn't actually say that. Nancy Pelosi was responsible for this. You know, the same guy that you was in the front row every time that Trump was around with your MAGA hat on. See, this is why, look, you got to watch certain people, man. Trump did not give her a job that she wanted. Trump did not love on her the way she wanted. I'm speculating here. I don't know what happened. All I do know is that Margaret Taylor Greene is not the same Margaret Taylor Greene that she was a year ago. She's not the same MTG from 4 years ago. She is acting like a scorned woman. That's what she's acting like. She's acting like a scorned woman because we just now saw her talking, letting people know that Nancy Pelosi was responsible for what happened on J6. And Trump got punished for what happened on J6. They said that Trump was responsible. When Margaret Taylor Greene just now put it out there, we tried to let y'all know, to put National Guard out there. And you guys said no. You didn't want it to be a show. You know what I mean? You didn't want to waste resources. So you said nah. All right? And we're not even talking about the fact that the Dems had a bunch of people mixed inside of all of the J6 protesters who were the ones to start the sugar honey iced tea, the ones to break the first window, the one that kicked the door, the one that started throwing stuff at the police first. We're not talking about that. Let's not even talk about that. We're not talking about the fact that there was a world tour when they went in there by the security guard, the security officers. We're not going to talk about that either. So I just don't get it. How did you go from there to this?
Pelosi, she had an incredible career for her party. I will praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I will praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. So, Margaret Taylor Greene, I don't get it. I really don't. I want to understand, but I know that Scott Jennings likes to give the truth. Let's hear what he has to say about Nancy Pelosi.
People who respected her legislative ability and, you know, being a political boss. I mean, she was the boss of her conference.
Nancy D'Alessandro.
And you know, there is, you know, for political operators, a lot of respect for that. I'll tell you this, I don't know how much we raised over the years off of sending out fundraising appeals based on Nancy Pelosi. But
hold on, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Shout out to Kick, because I'm live streaming on Kick too. Shout out to all my people on Kick. So Brittany Fenty Brittany Fenty says, you remind me of Snoop Dogg if he got high off of Alex Jones instead of weed. That's racist. That's racist, Brittany. Oh, Lord, I take that as a compliment before Snoop Dogg started selling out his brand to the LGBTQAI plus community. Okay, let's continue.
there were people who respected her legislative ability and, you know, being a political boss. I mean, she was the boss of her conference.
Nancy D'Alessandro.
And you know, there is, you know, for political operators, a lot of respect for that. I'll tell you this, I don't know how much we raised over the years off of sending out fundraising appeals based on Nancy Pelosi, but it was a metric butt ton. I'm telling you right now, putting Nancy Pelosi in fundraising mail or fundraising emails would always produce. And by the way, it's not often that someone can become a titan of both Washington and Wall Street. Republicans will remember her as one of the most successful and prolific day traders. She beat the S&P 500 by 559% in her stock portfolio. She's worth a lot of money. She did an amazing job. So what a blow for the financial houses today on Wall Street. I'm sure they're mourning.
Just getting in an elbow, right?
Yeah, really trying to get in some opposition research.
That's a classic Scott Jennings, by the way. Like, I'm beginning to view what you just did there as like the Scott Jennings on TV.
I want Trump to put her in charge of the Social Security Administration. We could all retire in 6 months if we let this lady manage our portfolios.
Do you know what I think is...
Shout out to Scott Jennings, who is telling the truth. He's making jokes too. He's bringing, you know, he's making the conversation lighthearted because some, you know, a lot of people do love Nancy Pelosi, but at the same time, a lot of those people are not holding her accountable. They know that she's a crook, but they like that crook, so they love on her. That's like in any neighborhood, you know that there's a couple of bad apples, somebody that went to jail for this, or someone that's known for robbing people, or known for fighting, or known for stealing, or known for this, that, and the other, and being in and out of jail. And you protect those people. You say, nah, they're good people. They're just going through something right now. That's how the Democrats look at Nancy, man. They like, she didn't do any of those things that y'all are talking about. She made her money fair and square. Her and Paul Pelosi didn't do a dang on thing to anybody. Y'all made fun of Paul when he got beat up by his gay lover and they got caught with him in his drawers holding a hammer. Like, first of all, I never made fun of that. Yes, I did. In the privacy of my home, I believe. Because I thought it was hilarious that somebody will be in their drawers holding a hammer in somebody's house. And I'm like, yo, what happened with this gang? Was this a gangbang gone wrong or something? Was Nancy Pelosi in on this? Did she know about it? Did she come home to witness? I mean, was he there for Nancy and just settled for Paul? Like, I don't know. All I know is that the dude had on some tighty whities and was holding a hammer and had on a Jason mask. Yeah. He had on a Jason mask. All right. I might be making up that last part. But at the end of the day, man, it's Nancy Pelosi has retired, and it seems like Margaret Taylor Greene has also retired because she used to be a beast. She used to be a dog. She used to be somebody who would represent MAGA, represent Trump, and let people know what to do with their 2 pennies. You know, she would tell you to put it right up your back pockets. All right. And at the end of the day, she's protecting herself right now. So I will say this. Sometimes, and I know some of y'all might not agree with this, but sometimes Trump is not good with relationships. He believed that certain people, I can use this person in a good way, and this person will be good for the movement, will be good for what we're trying to get done. And some people he would disregard, and they will seek revenge. And right now, Margaret Taylor Greene is seeking revenge because she feel like she wasn't handled properly. I'm just saying, she feels like she wasn't handled properly. Here's Margaret Taylor Greene. Listen. And I know some of y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, man. But this chick has been on CNN spilling the tea. She has been on The View kowtowing and kissing the ass of women who don't like her, who have talked major trash about her before, called her all types of names. And these are the people she's going back to saying, you lovely ladies, I just wanted to come on here and just speak to you lovely ladies. What? What lovely lady? Name one on The View that's a lovely lady. And this is coming from somebody that I was a big fan of, no, I wasn't. I wasn't a big fan, but I acknowledge Whoopi Goldberg as a comedian, and she didn't repulse me at a certain point in my life. But when she stepped into the arena of politics, then I could no longer, like, I love when people start talking about real issues, but whenever you take a hard line in the sand and you just disregard all common sense, and you clearly have an agenda, and whenever truth comes your way, you just completely deny it and act as if it does not exist. That's when I jump off the train. I'm like, yo, I can't follow this person anymore. I can't agree with this person. I can't support this person. And that's the type of content creator, honestly, I'm trying to be. And it's like, I don't know, ladies, are y'all familiar with double dutch? I know that in the hood, black girls used to jump double dutch all the time. Black girls and women used to jump double dutch all the time. And some, I guess some straight dudes who wanted to be a part of the crew too. But they used to jump double dutch all the time. And trying to be a free thinking content creator in this lane of politics is like jumping double dutch. It's like you don't know if that bad boy is going to hit you in your head. You don't know if you're going to clip up off of that rope. You don't know if you're going to get inside the mix and start jumping before you get busted in the face with the extension cord or whatever it is that you're jumping with. Like, I just don't know at this point. I just don't know. And I try my best to be as balanced as possible, but it serves you more when you're based. So, back to Margaret Taylor Greene. She was based, and she was loved more when she was based. But now she seems like a disgruntled employee, or she seems like a side piece who is no longer loved, and now she wants to go tell the wife. That's what she seems like. She seems like, but Trump, Big Daddy, you said you was going to do this for me. You said you was going to do that for me. What happened, Big Daddy? And then Trump was like, girl, please, I got bigger issues. I got bigger fish to fry. I told you I would get you a job when I get you a job. Now stop crying and do what you said you was going to do for the movement. And she was like, but Big Daddy, but nothing. Get out my face before I get out my face. And then she started to run to all of his enemies, telling the team, oh, so that's how it's going to be? All right, then I'm going to go tell everybody. I'm going to go tell them this, and I'm going to tell them that, and I'm going to tell them this. Here she is right now talking to Wolf Blitzer on CNN.
Activist.
Was
Hold on one second. Let me remove this.
Conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer, as you probably heard. She's now credentialed as a member of the new Pentagon press corps after the Defense Department placed rules on reporting that most news outlets refuse to agree to. Does that at all concern you?
No, I'll just say good luck with that.
Good luck to her being a Pentagon.
Good luck to the
person.
Pentagon.
Yeah.
what do you mean by that?
I think everyone knows what I mean by that. Well, we'll see. We'll see what her reporting shows.
But I'm just curious what your perspective is overall on what the Pentagon did on that front. I mean, you have, done interviews with media outlets that you once deemed unfriendly or biased. You've also said you're a big believer in the First Amendment, right? Mm-hmm. Freedom of the press, freedom of speech. So do you disagree with moves like that to restrict the press?
I think our First Amendment is the most important, and I believe that's why it is the first. And
is there anything, though, you'd critique or do differently?
My critique is not being focused on America first, but I largely blame that on our Congress because I serve in the House. I also blame that on who's advising him in the White House. Keeping him on nonstop tours around the world and nonstop meetings with foreign countries' leaders is not America first. It's just not. I think domestic policy should be the most important issue that the president and the Republican-controlled House and Senate are working on, and that showed up in the election on Tuesday.
But as the president, does he get some responsibility for that?
Well, of course. I mean, every president is responsible for the way that they lead, but they're also in a silo of information. And I think that's why after the election on Tuesday, you saw President Trump come out and react differently, probably because they couldn't keep him siloed. And here's the polls, sir, and this is what people are saying. I think he saw for himself, and he's reacted.
It's very interesting.
I'm about to quit my podcasting, man. I'm just not that. I need my daggone producer back. Okay. So what was I saying? What was I saying before I Guys, thank y'all so much for being so helpful, man. Y'all are so dope. Y'all are so dope, man. Y'all like, Van, hello. Hello, pay attention. Hello. Somebody tell him, please. Somebody tell him, please. Hey, Blues, somebody tell him. Can y'all text him or something? Let him know. Can you email him or something? Hey, Van, hello. My bad, guys. Listen, charge that to my mind and not my heart. I have an issue with sometimes when I'm playing videos, right? Whenever I'm playing a video, I don't want to disturb it with my talking over it. So I would just hit the mute button, especially if the video is a little longer. I would just want y'all to listen to it without me disturbing and blah, blah, blah. At any rate, here's what I was saying. Dang it, man. So here's what I was saying. And I was lighting somebody up too. And thank you so much. I got to point this out. You're muted. Thank you, Butter Framed in God. I appreciate it. Butter Framed in God. I would love to know what that means. And Timothy, thank you so much for letting me know with a super chat that I am muted. I appreciate it. All right, this is what I was saying. Some of you are saying that Margaret Taylor Greene is doing nothing but telling the truth. She's doing nothing but she's fed up and she's just telling the truth. This is what I was saying. The difference is, and this is why I think she's a snake. The difference is most people with a platform will tell the truth on their platform. That's more than enough space and room to get the truth out there. What she is intentionally doing, though, she's going to the opposition's platforms so that their people, their viewers, their listeners can hear her flipping on the side that she was once locked in with. So instead of her doing like a Megyn Kelly and speaking on her own platform, or Candace Owens speaking on her own platform, Alex Jones speaking on his own platform, you can name so many people with their own platforms, speaking on their own platforms, giving the truth, putting it out there, letting people know what it is. She decides to go on CNN. Who is her? When the last time you seen Margaret Taylor Greene on CNN? She goes on The View. She goes on left-leaning podcasts and gives tea to the people. Like, she already know that the viewers of these podcasts, these platforms that she's going on, want to hear some dirt on Trump. They want to hear some dirt on MAGA. This is not the time for that. And the reason why I say this is not the time for that is because we can all plainly see who's holding cards over here, where you have Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett, many other people on the left are admitting to the fact that they are using American citizens as leverage. If we pay them, if we open up the government, then we lose our leverage. That is evil. Nobody, see, the thing that the Democrats want us to know is that the Republicans, they hold all the power. They got the Senate, they got the House, they got the executive branch, they got all of that. So they should be able to do whatever they want to do, which is a complete lie. Because we know that it takes 60 votes in order to get the train moving in the right direction. But they are intentionally doing what they're doing so that they can win the day. They know what they're doing. But Margaret Taylor Greene is saying, I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to give you some inside scoops. Y'all know that I was his right-hand girl at one point, and I was the one speaking up against Jasmine Crockett before she called me a bleached, blonde, bad-built, butch body son of a bee. And I was the one that was on the front lines. But now, somebody pissed me off, and I'm not going to tell you who. Somebody did not get me a job, and I'm not going to tell you who. Somebody did not back me when I wanted to run for senator, and I'm not going to tell you who. But I am going to tell you all of this stuff that I don't like about this current president and his administration. That right there tells me that she is a turncoat. She's a snake. Sorry, guys, my allergies. So that's not someone, in my opinion, that's not someone that's just telling the truth. Okay? Just telling the truth will be, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back. I'm Van. Y'all already know LFR Family. I'm going to put it out there to y'all where I am right now. And I'm about to tell the truth. I might lose some people. I might gain some people. But guess what? I'm on my platform and I'm about to tell y'all what's going on. But that wasn't enough for her. It was not enough for her. She needed to go and spill the beans on other platforms because that made her feel good. That made her feel valued. You don't believe me? Check this out right here. This is what somebody who is scorned would do. I'm just saying, this is what somebody who is actually scorned would do.
I'm so angry at my own party, and I'm angry at all the men in leadership in the House and the Senate. And I'm like, you guys are weak and pathetic. And so
look at her. Hold up. Look at the shipwreck. She's on the shipwreck show. The very first thing she says is, I'm angry at my own party. I'm angry at the men. And the lady is like, yes, go ahead, talk your stuff, girl. Let's talk about it. Come on, give me some tea. Come on, make it nasty, make it dirty. I'm mad at my own party. I'm mad at the men. Yes, that's what the Democrat women want to hear. The Democrat women want to hear you pee all over the men. They want to hear the sound of psst. That's what they want to hear. Look at the lady's face as she's talking. Listen, I'm going to shut up. Look at the lady's face.
And I'm so angry at my own party. And I'm angry at all the men in leadership in the House and the Senate. And I'm like, you guys are weak and pathetic. And so that is my viewpoint, because I'm a business owner, and I think of these are our customers, and we have a responsibility to serve our customers, and we have a responsibility to take care of our employees. And then also I'm a mom, and I think you always take care of your children. No matter what, you go above and beyond to take care of your kids and make sure they're safe, make sure they're, everything about it is good for them and their future. And
so you are a mom and you believe in taking care of your kids and taking care of your children and making sure they're safe, but you're running to the party who don't give a damn about their kids. Now, I'm not saying that they don't love their kids, because parents who have kids when women go through 9 months of pain and then they got to push a daggone baby out of their vagina and butthole, and or they got to get their stomach cut open in a cesarean, all of that pain to bring a child into this world, you can't say that they don't love their child. But when they vote for their child being taught about grown-up stuff in kindergarten, you're like, do they love their kid? I don't know. When they know that women should not be in private, intimate spaces, girls should not be in private, intimate spaces with men that are clearly off their rocker, dealing with mental dysphoria, but yet they encourage it. They vote for it. They want their daughters to go through this. Do they really love their kids? I don't know. They don't want their kids to be judged based off of merit. They want their kids to be judged based off of, well, they got some melanin to their skin. They should be pushed to the front of the line. They're a girl, so they should be pushed to the front of the line. They from a certain community, they should be pushed to the front of the line. I don't know. Margaret Taylor Greene is, I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Make sure they're safe, make sure they're, everything about it is good for them and their future. And I'll just tell you, I'm beyond pissed off at my own party and the leadership in the House and the Senate that they are totally blowing it.
I'm going to let y'all know this. I'm pissed off at both parties. I don't think Trump is always a good president. I also believe in America first. Whenever he says that he has this new ambition to go to another country and help them out, they're killing all the Christians in Nigeria. We're about to go over there and we're about to bully them. They're doing this in this other country. We're about to go bomb their drug lords. They're doing this over here. We're about to go. I'm like, yo, America first. Relax. Now, the difference between me doing and saying that versus Margaret Taylor Greene doing and saying that is that I'm doing that in front of our people. I'm doing that on our platform. I'm doing it on my platform. I'm not running to the enemy's platforms and saying, hey, give me a microphone. I got something good for you. Y'all are going to love this. This is going to go viral. I bet it is. As a matter of fact, y'all should pay me for it. What's my price? I'll give you my price afterwards. How about that? But I got some good stuff. Is the microphone ready yet? Oh, this is about to be juicy. I'm about to put it on you. That's the difference. I don't want anybody to agree with me all the time. I don't want there to be an echo chamber all the damn time. What's the fun in that? Can we have arguments and debate and try to figure out how to get to the best options or the best answers in the room versus saying, you know what? I'm about to go to the enemy. Yeah, and they're going to let me on. And I'm not going there to stand on business. I'm going there to smile in their face, agree with them that everything that I once stood for is bull sugar honey iced tea. And then I'm going to give them some more on top of that so that they can be able to use when I leave. That's what I'm going to do. That right there is not what I'm for. I'm not for that at all. If you're going to go to CNN and represent. Go to CNN the same way Scott Jennings go to CNN. Scott Jennings always on CNN, but he's on CNN representing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. Hate the daggone administration all you want. You didn't get what you voted for? Speak about it. Talk your stuff. Write Trump a letter, an email, post some stuff on the internet. Candace Owens does it all the time. Candace Owens goes off on Trump. She goes off on the administration. And guess what? Do you see me over here talking about Candace? Nah, because she's on her own platform. She's not going to the View smiling in their face. Nice seeing you, Whoopi. Hey, Joy. Hey, girl. Come give me a hug, Joy. Where's she going next? The Don Lemon Show? She's going to be on the Don Lemon podcast talking trash about Trump in a minute. That's where she's going. Y'all for that? I ain't for it. I'm just letting you know I ain't for it. That's just me. And I ain't got no loyalties to Trump. I'm probably the only conservative content creator on YouTube right now who has never put on a daggone MAGA hat. And you think I ain't been hit by that? There's people out there like, bro, if you really standing on this, then put on the MAGA hat. Oh, you ain't put on the MAGA hat? You ain't really about this life. Screw him. He faking. He grifting. He's just trying to get the well wishes of this, the blah, 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 blah. Nah. It's that I actually stand on what I believe in. That's it. That's it. And I believe that if you're willing to run to the enemy's platforms just to spew your grievances, then you are clearly a woman scorned and you're trying to weaken the base. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to weaken the base. And it also tells me that maybe it was never about the base. Maybe it was never about the country altogether. Maybe it was always about your own personal ambitions. Maybe. And if that's the case, I ain't got no issue with that either. Why? Because they ain't gonna pay your bills. You gotta pay your own bill. If this is your grind, this is your hustle, then go do your thing. Go do your thing. I ain't got nothing to say about that. All right? So, yeah, it's a lot of things that we do, man. And we can tie it back to they're killing all the Christians in Nigeria. We got to make sure that they stop killing Christians. Israel, Israel, Israel. We got to make sure we take care of Israel, Israel, Israel. I've never been on that. And I'm not about to start to be on that. And as soon as I say something like that, y'all get pissed off because y'all like, oh, he said something bad about Israel. No, I didn't. I just didn't meat ride Israel the same way that y'all do. That's it. Oh, man, I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen. I remember my pastor used to say that all the time. I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen because you be pissing people off. But let's get back to the other. So the thumbnail says that they are admitting to the fact that, you know, maybe they are the reason why this government is closed down. Check this out.
You an answer on why it is I'm standing here today asking to extend something that was temporary. And here's the reason. We did fail to bring down the cost of health care.
They failed to bring down the cost of health care.
Today with my bipartisan and common sense No Budget, No Pay Act. It's a simple proposal that says if members of Congress can't complete one of our basic jobs of funding the government, we shouldn't get paid. This shouldn't even be necessary. We should just do our jobs. But as we sit here over a month into the Democrat shutdown, it's clear we need something to hold Congress accountable. Every year we're tasked with putting together a budget with the expectation that it is on time and fits the needs of the American people. The American people elected us to come together. Look at what we're collecting in revenues and put together and pass 12 appropriation bills that use those dollars effectively. I was governor of Florida.
See, this is the part of the government that I find so boring. Like these old guys get up here and do their speeches, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? We used to have meetings when I worked for the federal government, man. Like long meetings, and we would have somebody on the screen that's at another base, and they're supposed to be this big wig. They got on, they had on their uniform and all their badges and all that other stuff. And I worked for while I'm working for DOD, I'm in that bad boy trying my best. Like I wish I had a couple of daggone little paper clips or something I can just tie to my eyelids and just connect it to my hair and my eyelids, just keep them open, man, because it was just like watching paint dry. Like, here are these old people talking about the government, and I'm like, oh, man, this is boring. But this is the boring work that's necessary. It's the boring work that's necessary. And I was about to play it, man, but it's just the boring work that's necessary. I get it. Somebody said it sounds like I'm doing the same thing that Margaret Taylor Greene is doing. Like, I'm saying the same things that she's saying. Well, but am I saying it on CNN? Am I saying it on The View? Am I saying it on Shipwreck? Am I going everywhere that has a Democrat, anti-Trump, anti-MAGA base and pouring out my grievances? That's the difference. My wife and I, if we have any issues with one another, if you have any issues with your significant other, it's best that you have a conversation with your significant other and not with somebody outside the house who probably have intentions on moving into your situation if what you're currently in falls apart. That to me is called common decency. That to me is called just common sense. Like, have these conversations. Let's mull it out. Let's do what we have to do to come to some conclusions that will help everyone. Now, I will also say this. If Trump is at a position where he don't want to hear people bring him the truth, like he can't handle it, and he just gets them out of his face and just shoos them to the side and say, I only want to hear what I want to hear. If he's that type of person, I don't like that at all. I'm just letting you know. But again, that's just speculation, and that's a question, and it has not been confirmed. But Margaret Taylor Greene, she was this close. She was this close, bro. It's like right there. Like that was her dog. Like she fight for him. She was like, man, I just want to be around you. I just want to, I just want to be a part of what you got going on. Nah. She's a turncoat, bro. She's a turncoat. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm over here looking at all these different things. She believes that Fauci should be in prison. Now she's going to start saying, well, maybe Fauci didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. Maybe I looked at it wrong. Maybe Fauci shouldn't be in prison. Maybe Jasmine Crockett knows everything she's talking about, and she's as great as she actually proclaims. Maybe. I don't know, man. She was calling on treason. She was calling on Biden being arrested for treason. She was like, come on, bro. And now she is just loving on CNN like it ain't, like this is just her last leg. Like I got to kiss their asses in order to be in the good graces of the Democrats, man. I don't like that. Here's this one last one I want to show you guys, because this lady right here that's interviewing her, she gets on my nerves. It seems like she got a resting bit. I can't say that. She got one of them resting faces that just always look like she's a jerk. And men can't really comment on that too much, because then we come off as sound like assholes, and I don't want to sound like an asshole. I already know I'm too much of one naturally already.
With the president that Republicans are bearing more of the blame than Democrats, it seems?
I do, because Americans know that Republicans control the House and the Senate, and they're looking and going, well, why are you shut down? And also, I'll go back to this. Senate Republicans can use the nuclear option and override the filibuster and open up this country today. And so I put blame on both Republicans and Democrats for basically Caitlin, I can't say it on CNN, but it's basically a you-know-what measuring contest between the men in leadership, and I think the country is sick and tired of it.
Well, on that front, you said something the other day that caught my eye. You said that there's a lot of weak Republican men in Congress. Mm-hmm. Who exactly are you referring to?
Many of my colleagues. I campaigned with President Trump and all over the country for years, really, and hardly any of them truly supported President Trump. But when it became clear that he was going to win, they ran out and bought their first MAGA hat and put it on. But I think we're seeing what's happening. And I like Mike Johnson a lot. He's a very nice man. But forcing Congress to stay home when the American people are showing up and working every single day, and now going to have to start dealing with flight delays, and women and children aren't getting WIC, and these SNAP recipients aren't getting their SNAP benefits, and federal workers are not getting paid. Even the Capitol Police that escort myself and others through the airport for security reasons, they're not getting paid. The list goes on and on and on. I do believe that when you have the responsibility of leadership, you need to take that very seriously. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing that right now.
Kelly McEnany should be interviewing Margaret Taylor Greene. Newsmax should be interviewing Margaret Taylor Greene. Why do I have to go in front of the opposition's audience to give my points of view? Why is that? I mean, and it seems exclusively, like for this information I want to put out there, I want to go to these news platforms. I want to go there. That's my only issue. I ain't got no issue. Some of the things she's saying, I agree with. Capitol Police are still protecting these people. They're not being paid. These old ass senators and congressmen and women, they still getting, they pockets look great. They don't care about other people who are working for the federal government. They can go a few weeks or months without getting paid and be fine. Capitol Police, these brothers, they need their money. And they still got to be there to protect them. TSA, they got to be there to make sure that people can still get on the planes and whatnot. They not getting paid either. So I agree with a lot of what she's saying. It just seems like she's pointing it in the wrong direction, and it's beneficial to her in the moment she's in right now. She's in a pivoting moment that she's pivoting. She's moving to another direction. It's almost like, well, if Mom Donnie can be outward socialist Muslim and still be able to win New York City, then maybe I need to start, doing a little bit more and trying to figure out how I can bully myself into the seat I want to be in, bully myself into having the support I want to have. If I can't get the support from the right, then I'm going to get the support from the left. It just seems it just seemed like a snake to me. Although a lot of what she's saying is not wrong. I never said that what she's saying is not wrong. I mean, other than, Nancy Pelosi being a great leader and all that other stuff, I don't believe that. And she said that verbatim. I don't believe that Nancy Pelosi is a great leader. At all. Do you believe that Nancy, for all of you who are saying that she's correct, do you believe that Nancy Pelosi is a great leader or was a great leader of her party? A great leader. I want you to hold to that part. Great. Because right now, all she's doing is talking sugar honey iced tea about the men in her party on platforms that don't like any of you, who call all of you MAGA supporters, all of you Trump supporters, they call you racist, fascist, ignorant, foolish. But yet, this is where she wants to go. She's like, I know y'all called me all these names and y'all believe that everybody that think like me and vote like me are all these bad names, but I just want to love on you guys and give y'all some tea that could potentially take down the leader of the free world right now. If you just let me in. Be kind to me and I will give you guys some tea. I will give you all you need to use against the president that you currently hate. So agree with her all you want. How she's doing it is very much that of a snake. It seems like Fetterman is starting to do it on the opposite side. That's what it seems like. It seems like Margaret Taylor Greene flipped to the Democrats to tell her side and to, I guess, throw some dirt on the conservatives, and Fetterman has flipped to the conservative side to throw some dirt on the Democrats. Whatever game they're playing, I hope they win. I wish them the best. I wish them all the best. I'm honestly, I'm just tired. I'm tired of all of us being played with. That's it. I think Margaret Taylor Greene actually has more power than we're giving her credit. But she has less power than she feels she deserves. And that's the reason why she's going to CNN. Like reaching out to CNN or doing podcasts on left-leaning platforms and having CNN and The View reach out to her says a lot about who she is. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm not gonna belabor the point. I'm just letting you guys know. Okay. All right. So that is my stream for today. Thank y'all so much for being a part of what we got going on over here in the LFR family. If you are a content creator, business owner, artist, or coach, and you're looking for information that you're not currently receiving on YouTube in order to grow your YouTube channel or to step it up, I have people that I've been working with who are doing great numbers right now. Phenomenal numbers, man. They're all helping each other, working together. We meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Although this morning, I won't be available today at all. I'm planning on reaching out to you guys on Facebook just to let you know what's going on. But we meet twice a day on Monday, twice a day on Wednesday, and Fridays. Some Fridays we meet on some Fridays. But if you want to be a part of what we got going on, and you actually want to see your channel start to grow, like actually start to move, then you will come work with us. Get the course that's in the very first link in the descriptions below. Grab that bad boy, and then once you do, I want you to email me. Well, if I don't email you first, because usually when you get the course, LFR Family School reaches out to me and let me know who's a part of the course now, and I will let you know what the dates are and all that other stuff, and blah 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 blah, and we move from there. But I would love to work with you, and if you need extra help, like in the VIP one-on-one capacity, reach out to me with the word coach, and just and we will have a phone call, or we will meet on StreamYard, and I will give you more information on that, and we can move forward based on how that conversation goes. And that's pretty much it, man. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the LFR Family live stream, and make sure that you go and follow my podcast on Getting Canceled. It's called Getting Canceled with LFR Family. It's on Spreaker.com, iHeartMedia, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So go check it out. It's in the descriptions below. And also, don't forget, hatsforsale.com. If you want to get you an LFR Family hat, or a sweat hood, or whole sweatsuit, welfare boy sweatsuit to support the channel, or to stuff somebody's stockings, give them something nice that also represents something that you love, then do that, man. Do it today. Love y'all, man. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach, and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.